suggestion, psychology, misdirection, and showmanship. I achieve all the results you'll see through a varied mixture of those techniques. At no point are actors or stooges used in this show. I thought it would be fun to teach somebody else my skills for a small charge. Look at that, just giving a little something back. You just do it for the faces on the children. What's your name? Marie. Marie, okay, now I think you'll be brilliant at this. Come over here. All right, you're going to read someone's mind. It's 5p. Are you happy to do this? Okay, 5p, please. Thank you very much. You need someone's mind to read. Guy there with the hat? You two have never met before. You don't know each other. No, all right. I'm going to ask you to think of, do you have a password on your computer or something like that? Yeah. Are you happy for us to say what it is? You can always go and change it after. You haven't been asked to tell anybody what that is or anything like that, okay? Now I'm going to tell Marie how to do this. So I'm just going to ask you to sort of face the other way. Yeah, sure. Talk to these guys there. They're very chatty. All right. So you're going to stand. You didn't hear any of that, did you? No. Good. Now you have to take control here. So just put your fingers up there. Is it just? It's not just a mix of random letters and things. Is it actually a word? Okay, great. Okay, tell him what you want him to do. You want him to repeat it in his head over and over again.
Keep repeating the word in your head over and over.
Now really send it to her. Imagine that you can just transmit it to Marie here, all right? So in your mind, you're screaming it at her. What letters feel right?
B.
Okay. Does that make sense? Does it begin with a B, or is there a B in it that's a prominent letter? Yep. Okay, great. You're doing well. Keep going.
I. N. G. The bird.
What, have you got an image at all? A picture or anything? Yeah. He's grinning, so I think you're close to right.
Yeah. Singing.
Like a bird singing?
Yes.
Is that close? Are we close?
Songbird?
Is it something to do with the bird singing?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Songbird.
Songbird?
Yeah.
That is your password, Songbird. Just straight up. Get away from that one.
I was just walking by and I was just asked to come on and met this guy. The word just came into my head and I just can't believe it's true. I can't believe that's the word.
I don't know how that's done. That's what I'm saying.
All I did was just stand there with my fingers on his temples and just somehow, just by staring at him, it just suddenly popped into my head.
I was just like saying songbird in my head, songbird, songbird. That's just baffling.
I just can't believe it. I'm just so shocked. Really, I'm shocked.
We all get stuck in our belief systems, however sensible we think they are. To me, the New Age community is particularly guilty of not testing or challenging what it claims. And it was with this in mind that I invited a young woman to Epping Forest.
Just here?
Yeah. This is really nice here, isn't it?
Lovely.
Can I talk to you a bit about what your beliefs are in terms of spirituality? With something like Reiki or psychic healing or crystal healing, if you don't think it's just a question of you sort of buy into it and believe in it and then it sort of works because you're expecting to, if you think it genuinely is more than that, how do you sort of grasp that?
I've experienced crystal healing, I've experienced Reiki, which is using universal energy, which probably a lot of people would be very skeptical to believe in, and you know, but I'm basing my beliefs in facts, you know, and things that I have seen, how they've created a progress in my life or how things have shifted. I've seen this well, the results, you know.
Mm-hmm. There is something I'd like to try with you, and this is why I got you here specifically to talk about belief. And it uses an area of belief that, I don't know, maybe is less fashionable than some of the beliefs that have been adopted in our culture now as mainstream religion seems to be dying out. Would you stand up for me for a second?
Sure.
And just come around there, and just like that, just there for me. That's great. And take your hand, and just rest that there. Excellent. That's great, and you can just stay like that for a while. Well, I'll show you what this is. I'm going to show you something involving this, which is a doll. But the thing about this doll is that it doesn't, as it is, it doesn't have a soul. So we need to give it a soul for this to work. And that's what I'm going to do now by taking this. You happy if I use your ring for a second? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Excellent. Just allow that to sort of go floppy down there. That's great. Thank you. And the ring goes into the center here. And this makes it a soul for the doll. Just like that. Now it has a soul, and your soul, if you like. Stay there for a second for me. See, I just think it's interesting for me that we tend to believe what makes us feel good. If we decide that something is nice or makes us feel nice, that we decide that it's true, which, you know, you could argue devalues the idea of truth terribly. Can you feel anything at the moment? What are you aware of?
My legs feel really heavy.
Can you move them? Can you move your feet? No?
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's interesting, you see? You can't move them. You can move your arms, yes?
Yeah.
Just flap your arms a bit for me, just do that, thank you. Just so you can see you can move them for a moment. And then watch. What happens now? Can you move your arms?
No.
You trying?
Yeah.
Okay, now look at me. This will be perfectly comfortable, all right? There's nothing unpleasant about this, perfectly comfortable. I want you to count. Just try and count all the way backwards from 10 to 0 for me, out loud.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Let that close. Can you talk? See, for me, it's all about questioning, I think, and not taking things at face value. Like at the moment you can't speak, but the only reason why you can't speak is that you believe that you can't speak because of what I'm telling you. And the interesting thing is that if I tell you you can speak, all that does is gives you permission to question that belief, and then you find that you can speak. Can't you? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what we believe isn't necessarily real at any level. I mean, this certainly isn't, it's not even a real voodoo doll. You know, and even the real voodoo dolls were used for healing, not for putting curses on people. But what I did, I got you to invest in that belief, and one of the ways I got you to do that was by investing something of yourself in it, like your ring. Whereas in fact, there's nothing in there. There is no ring in there. I didn't put your ring in there. You know, your ring's still on your hand. Yeah?
How did that happen?
You alright?
I did see him taking the ring and putting it into the doll. I can't explain it. He asked me to start counting and I just couldn't open. I couldn't communicate. I just felt my feet and my legs become very, very heavy. As if they would just blend in with the ground, basically. It was a really bizarre feeling. When I actually looked down and I saw my ring on my finger, I could not believe it. And I still can't believe it right now. I don't know how that's happened. I feel really weird right now, actually. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight.
After the break, I entertain this lot and show you how I like to relax. A lot is said about children having stronger psychic ability because they're so unjaded and innocent. This excruciating view of children is generally expounded by people who think like children, and perhaps can be forgiven. Hello.
Yeah.
Very pleased to meet you.
And you?
Now, you know that your headmistress, Miss Davis, was going to come in here and just check that you were all going to be well behaved. She can't do that because, as many of you probably know, she can't be here today because her pants fell down earlier on. It's not funny. If you see her, don't make a fuss, because it's a little bit embarrassing for her, okay? All right? It's not funny. In fact, perhaps the little boy at the back, if you'd like to give these back to her if you see her. Okay. If you can't be behaved, I'll have to give them back to her myself. Right, Amy, got something I'd like you to do, all right? I'm going to give you this, which is a story, okay? Now, this is a story that was written by my niece, Macy, who is 7, all right? It is rubbish. You're going to read that out loud, okay, a few times. And what's important as you do this is that you need, in your mind, to have a picture of something while you read it out loud. That's a little bit complicated to think of something while you read out the story. But I want you now, as I talk to you, just to allow some image. And while you read the poem, read the story, to allow an image to form in your mind in front of you like that, sort of from the back of your mind to move forward. But I don't want it to be influenced by anything that's in the story itself, nor by the pictures on the outside. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, so, can you all come round here for me? I'm going to put some aprons on you and give you some paint. Okay, you're all sat very nicely. Thank you for that. So listen very carefully so you all understand what we're going to do. Amy's going to read a story. You have to listen really carefully to the story while we do this. While she does that, you're all going to make a handprint picture on this big sheet of paper. And while you do it, no talking's allowed, because you've ought to really listen to the story that Amy's talking to you about. All right? Off you go. Would you like to read for us, Amy?
Near the biggest tree that ever grew by the fence down by the duck pond lived a duck called Dan. He decided he hated yellow. I really hate my beak, it's unbearable. Boo-hoo, he'd sob. Everyone in the forest glade actually made Dan a red beak to wear, and he was happier. The end. Near the biggest tree that ever grew by the fence down by the duck pond lived a duck called Dan. He decided he hated yellow. I really hate my beak, it's unbearable. Boo-hoo, he'd sob. Everyone in the forest glade actually made Dan a red beak to wear, and he was happier. The end. Near the biggest tree that ever grew by the fence down by the duck pond.
Okay, stop, guys. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for reading that horrific story so many times. Thank you all, and very well done. You were brilliant. Just a second. Just stay there for me while I just talk to Amy. Shh. How you doing? Enjoy the story?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, let's just show it to me for a second. While you were reading that out, you were focusing on an image, you were thinking of something in your head. All right. And obviously, just for the record, you hadn't told me what that was going to be or anything like that. That was just something you did as you were doing it. Was it in any way influenced by any of the things on this page?
No.
Not at all. It was just something out of nowhere and just in your head?
Yep.
There is no possible way that I could know what that is right now, is there?
I would have thought so, no?
Is it anything like that?
Well done.
Is that what you were thinking of?
Yeah.
Come with me. Let me show you this. This will take a little leap of faith on your part.
Okay.
All right? I realise that's just a massive brown paint. Just take a look at it as a whole. If for a moment we just ignore this corner here, which has all gone a bit wild and a bit mad. Just imagine
No,
that
I can see.
Can you see it?
That's slightly freaky.
2 legs, arm coming down there, and all that corner, there'd be
Yeah.
another arm there, the body and the head, and there's even a face in there as well. It's a teddy bear.
That's freaky.
Well done, kids, you were brilliant!
Was it fluke for the children, or did they pick something up? I tried to think of something that I thought the children would be easily recognisable to them, and something fairly soft around the edges, really. So, and it was easy to think of. I have no idea what the connection was at all, and why some of the words were written big or spaced out. I don't understand what that's about.
Amy, thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
You were a little bit freaked out by that, and you were asking how on earth it was done. And I'm going to do something I don't normally do, which is sort of explain a little bit of what went on there.
Brilliant.
You probably know this off by heart now.
Unfortunately, yes.
And you really said, you know, you don't feel anything in there was possibly giving away what you were thinking of, or you weren't influenced by anything in this, correct?
That's right.
Okay, so the drawings around the outside, nothing there that would suggest a teddy bear?
No.
No. Okay, apart from maybe, if you like, 3 of these are brown. The only thing there that isn't brown is this animal up here. If it were brown, it would probably look a little bit like a classic teddy bear pose. Perhaps.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. You've also got the word unbearable right here in the centre, with the word bear there, right in the middle, maybe.
Yeah.
You've got a little bit here that says red beak to wear as part of the story. And you can see in red and beak, the K of the word beak, perhaps maybe suggesting an R sort of shape that would reflect the word wear there. So that could be a reflection of the word bear. And red, the R, they're looking a little bit like a T. Maybe that might suggest Ted, bear, perhaps. What about up at the top here? Big word at the top. The N of near could possibly look a little bit like a B, the way I've done that squiggle. Perhaps you could possibly be looking at the word bear there. How about this? Take the first letter of every line. T-E-D-D-Y-B-E-A-R. Teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take the last letter. T-E-D-D-Y-B-E-A-R. The lines begin and end with the word teddy bear. If you take a diagonal on that page, T-E-D-D-Y-B-E-A-R. T-E-D-D-Y-B-E-A-R. And if you go right down the centre, T-E-D-D-Y-B-E-A-R. And you were thinking of a teddy bear. You were absolutely superb.
That's fantastic.
You're fantastic with the kids. It was a real pleasure doing that with you and with your class. So thank you very much indeed.
This program fuses magic, suggestion, psychology, misdirection and showmanship. I achieve all the results you'll see through a varied mixture of those techniques. At no point are actors or stooges used in the show. We go to pubs when we want to relax, paint and be left alone. Simple Simon's in Canterbury is a popular boozer amongst the students of that city, and seeing as students think I'm very, very cool, I thought at least one of them would buy me a drink. No. Let me just try something with a few of you here. Your name, sir?
Frankie.
Frankie. Now, you are not a stooge, you're not an actor, we haven't set anything up, I haven't asked you to help me out here in a bad way, no?
That's correct, yeah.
Correct. Come stand here for me. This is so simple. I just want you to think of something. Now, this can be anything. It could be like a name or a place or just a random word. Doesn't matter, but get something very clearly in your mind.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
Okay? And when you've got something, Frankie, I'd also like you to change your mind a few times till you are happy that you settle on something that I could not possibly know. Have you got something?
Yes.
Great. Okay, we'll work with that. Now, what you do is you just visualise that thing. Just look out there for me. Just look at maybe a spot up there on the ceiling. Just start to sort of bring it in like this, sort of enlarging it a little bit. Okay, and as you do that, there's something musical, is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Bring it in here like that. Just bigger and bigger. What is this, a violin or something? It's like a violin?
Along those lines.
Guitar?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, thank you. All right, very good. Thank you. All right. Not bad, all right. Thank you. Sir, what's your name?
Stefan.
Stefan, come stand here. Thank you, same name as our director. All right, you take your glasses off on me. Can you see me right without those?
Oh, just about.
All right, okay, same thing. So again, you're thinking of anything you like. Name, place, random word, change your mind again and again and again. Settle on something that you can visualise in some way. Have you got something?
Yeah.
Maybe you think guitar was a little easy, looks like he plays the guitar, so make it a difficult one if you want, all right? Just come up with something. Let me get my pad. Can I? Padman, thank you very much. All right. Just relax for a minute. I'm going to ask you to think of letters in the word and that kind of thing. So let's just start with a letter somewhere in the middle of this word that you're thinking of at the moment.
Yeah.
Over and shh. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, I might not be able to do this. Is that a D?
Yeah.
Excellent. Right. Let's go for another one nearer the, maybe nearer the end. Got one?
Yeah.
That's an A, yes?
Yeah.
It's the name of something, isn't it? Because you're not able to visualise this too easily. This may be the name of a place or something like that. Just say it yourself over and over again. Don't give anything away. Just say it yourself. Right, thank you. All right, so there's a plosive sound at the beginning. Could be like a B or a P or a B. Thank you. Something like that. Just repeating it over and over and oh God, did you? The word was?
Broadstairs.
Broadstairs. You go and put your glasses on.
I can't see otherwise, I'm blind.
Broadstairs.
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah! Excellent, thank you very much.
There's no room for doing that.
As you were doing that, be honest, all right, don't just make me look good. As you're doing that, did you have the word grace in your mind?
You're amazing.
Did you have grace? Did you have grace? That's your what?
It's my girlfriend, yeah.
Did you have that in your mind?
Yeah,
as
that's the first thing that came in.
And then you changed it to
Yeah,
excellent.
it's
Thank you so much. You're fantastic at this. You're great. It's sensational.
You have known that. It was amazing. It was special. ESP or whatever, psychic, the devil possession. I don't know, but you know, I don't know how he did it.
I mean, he came into the pub like 10 minutes before, and he pretty much knows the intimate details of your life.
Got to get Derren Brown at least once in your life, basically.
I was never that good at maths at school, yet later would amuse my friends with displays of rapid calculation. I asked Joe Wiley, one of the most famous voices in British radio, to join me at the Ironmongers Hall in the City of London. So many performers do talk about, if not being bullied as kids, but certainly not maybe having a difficult time at school. Was that appropriate for you at all? Or?
No, not really.
No? Always popular?
No, not particularly, no. But I wasn't bullied. I was just fairly quiet.
Okay,
That's all
right. In my primary school that I went to, it was quite a weird old place. There was quite a nasty guy called Gary. I can't really say his full... Well, it was Gary Payne, actually.
Yeah, good.
P-A-Y-N-E.
I'll get him for you later.
Yeah, if you would. And what he used to do, repeatedly, was to tip up, you know, if I had a bag, he'd tip the stuff on the floor, I'd throw my books on the floor, whatever, and then give me a good kicking. And what I learnt to do, in order to sort of distract myself from the sort of pain that was going on, as it were, being kicked and so on, was to count, the things that had fallen out of my bag, or if like a book had fallen open, to try and memorise the words or count the letters in the words on the page, or once like a box of pencil sharpenings was sort of fallen out, and I'd sort of count them and add them all up, and this was my way of sort of distracting myself from what's going on. And bizarrely, ended up with a lot of skills from that, which just go back to some unpleasant moron at school.
I didn't realise you were so scarred.
A little bit. I'd like to demonstrate some of this stuff to you. All right, so you brought a book with you.
I did, yeah.
And this is the book you're currently reading?
Just finished it.
You just finished it, excellent.
Yeah.
Can I just see what it is?
Zoe Helen, Notes on a Scandal.
Notes on a Scandal, all right.
Yeah.
For the record, you haven't been showing me that book.
No.
I haven't had a chance to look through it.
No.
And I'm going to ask you in a moment to open it up to a page and show me a page. And again, I haven't told you, I'll just open it up to this page. It's a completely free choice.
Absolutely.
Okay. So just hold it up like that. Just turn it around and show me.
Okay.
All right, from the top. All our money and wads of £5 notes in the biscuit tin. The thing is, Sheba is scared of money because she's never learned how it works. As he went on, I found myself distracted by Sheila's voice wafting in from the next room. No, look, she was saying in an agitated tone. I'm just sure you've got this wrong. Right, no, I understand, but isn't that rather an extreme measure? Richard Smuff.
Yowza.
Fuck. All right. Turn the book round, don't lose your page.
No.
So up to the word measure, which is sort of roughly where I got to, which was on the end of the last word on the 8th line.
Yep.
If you counted up all the letters that I'd read through, to take you up to that word would be 296. Will you please just count through all the letters? Tell me how many letters there are. Go for it.
Fine.
There's a pencil if you want to.
Thank you. I think you might be right.
You've done it. How many is it?
I have.
You've done it.
296.
296?
Yeah.
That's definitely right, 296. Thank you. Let's try one more thing. If you pop the book down, if you don't mind, and the pad and everything on the floor for a second. I'm going to give you a tray. There's a couple of cloths which I'll give you in a minute. If you could take that for me.
Yep.
And I'll ask you to stand up as well.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to turn around the other way, but there's a bowl on the table with a couple of hundred buttons in it. Yep. While my back's turned, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take a whole load of buttons, a few handfuls of buttons, put them on the tray. Make sure it's a very large number of buttons, and then I'm going to give you a cloth just to cover them up with. But if you do that now, I will face this way so I can't see.
Okay.
Done that?
Yep.
Okay, I want you to put that cloth over the tray so that I can't see how many are there. Have you done that?
Yeah.
Okay, and can I give you that one? I'd like you to put that over the bowl so that if I looked at the bowl, I couldn't tell even how many were left.
Okay. Yep, it's done.
Just make sure the tray's covered, yes?
Yep.
All right, okay. Hold that in your left hand for me.
Okay.
All right, and slap me.
Really? Can I?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
God, so
Harder than that. Like I've really upset you.
No, I
like
don't
I've really
wanna
upset
hurt
you. Hard. Go. Again, harder. Ah, one more. Go hard. Ah. Take it off.
Okay.
49.
49?
Yes, 49.
Right,
Sit down for me.
count again.
That was hard.
Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 18, 20, 22, 30, 32, 42, 44, 46, 48, 49. Bingo. Congratulations, well done. Now can I slap you again?
No.
God, he must have had some bullying in the past. I've always thought that Derren was quite kinky, and just the things that he asked me to do today with the slapping and everything just kind of confirms that. The other thing with the buttons trick that was quite incredible was the speed at which he did it. Just knew down to the very, very button how many were there. When I was doing the book thing and reading out the number of letters, I was thinking, oh, please let it be wrong, please let it be wrong. Oh, no, he's right. And I was quite dumbfounded that he could actually, work it out. It was 296 letters in that little paragraph. Freak. I'm sorry about that. Okay.
Part 2 of this show might be quite disturbing, and you should only watch it if you have no objection to strong graphic violence.
I've always found it odd that the first thing we do when we see babies is to scare them. We play peekaboo. And babies somehow know that it's only playful, they don't really have to be scared. But then the same thing sort of happens when we're older. We go and see horror films and we experience all the fear of the film, but at the same time we know that we're safe because we're not going through the trauma someone else is. Now, it's a very thin line between that and real fear, so thinking about that, I thought I'd design an arcade game. Now, zombie shoot-ups are very popular because you get to experience all the thrill of the adrenaline of fighting for your life whilst in the beery, fairly mindless comfort of your local pub. This is the game. This is the game I've come up with. It's called Waking Dead, and this game is designed to put whoever plays it into a catatonic trance. Basically means their sort of brain goes unraveled, they go into a vegetable-like state when they play the game, right? Now, this doesn't work on everybody, it'll work on about a third of the people that will play it, and it will only last a few minutes, but that'll be long enough for me to do what I want to do. If we follow the cables that are coming out the back of the machine, they take us into this room. This is our control room. And in here is a very important guy called Mick. Now, Mick worked on the software with me to my specifications, and Mick will be in here making the game work, controlling the zombies and basically playing the other half of the game with the person that's going to be at the machine. You excited?
Yeah.
Excellent. Mick hasn't sold his soul to Satan like the rest of us, so he's feeling a bit guilty about what's going to happen today. So we're just going to wait for someone to come in and start playing the game and take it from there.
All footage inside the pub was filmed with hidden cameras. We waited and waited some more. Half an hour later, still no one has even played the game yet. Go on. We got one.
At your peril.
Just keep the pace slow.
You didn't say the point.
Okay.
Pretty shit, aren't they?
The little girl, bring the girl out.
I'm only a little girl.
Put a couple of flashes in now. And again. Another flash. Always going. One more. I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in. I'm Derren Brown. We've been filming you playing the game. What's his name?
David.
That's fine. Just do exactly what I asked you to do. Come with me. Come with me. Right back. Right back. Let yourself go. You follow me out. All right, need you to give me a hand getting him up on the trolley. Grab his feet. I need you to come around this side and help me. Just going to keep going straight down, yeah? We're going to turn onto this ramp. See there's two doors ahead of us? I need you to pull the doors open towards me. Thank you. Good.
What's your name?
Benedict.
Benedict. And? Pardon?
Harry.
Harry, come through. Straight through? Okay, come over here. All right, you take these 2 seats here for me. You're going to watch him. Okay, you can see him on the screen?
Yeah.
He's going to wake up in the game that he was just playing in the pub.
Okay.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just take that. One for you.
Don't worry about anything, just keep watching the monitors.
Silence, please, while I sound the horn.
Why is there a gun in here? What is going on? Hello? Who are you? What do you want? I'm gonna shoot, fuck off! Go away! I'm not afraid, I will shoot you! I will shoot you! What the fuck's going on? I'm gonna shoot you! You're dead! You're fucking dead! You're done! Help me!
So we're going to sit you up first, Fabian. So you can sit up. That's right. I'm going to stand you up. You're going to stand up for me. And keep remaining in the sleep. Take hold of the gun. You stand exactly as you were before. Are you on that side? Okay. Let's wake him up.
on, it was wicked. Fuckers, isn't it? Huh? It was good. It was good.
Okay, let's go.
Ask you a couple of questions. We designed this game, and just interested to hear how it was for you.
It was good. It was like, I don't know if it's because it's an arcade, but it was I felt like really into it. Was it going to be like put in pubs? What is it?
Yeah, it's a sort of it's a prototype we're trying to develop it.
No, it was good. It was good. I liked it. It was really, I don't know, exciting. And it's realistic. I don't know, you're shooting them and they don't die. You know, so you got to keep shooting them, and then when they keep coming up again. So I don't know. I loved it. I just felt like, I don't know. Each of them, usually in a game, it's just a game. It's a cartoon. I just felt I had to kill each and every one of them. I had to. I don't know. You're sitting here. You got the sound coming at you, and you got the graphics. So I just, yeah, the sound. It all adds up to it. I don't know what you've done, if it's the colours or something, but the whole setup just really gets into your head.
It just made me jump, like, the way he just come through the door, because I was still concentrating on Fabian, the fact that he actually dropped the gun, and I was trying to work out what's wrong with him. And then I felt a tap on my shoulder and I turned around. It's just like so quick how he like just got him on the bed straight down there and then all set up and like that. It's just really quick how it's done and everything.
It was all like just come in, just hi and everything. We were just kind of not sure what was happening, so just went with the flow, and I just like listened to him a lot, you know, when he was saying what was going to happen and stuff, like, and what to do, just following orders.
It's a bit eerie, like, to sit in the room like next to him, and because he seemed so calm, and like he knew what to do, like how far he could take it and how far he couldn't.
How would you sum up your experience?
Very intriguing, yeah, intriguing, exciting, a bit scary.
I feel a bit shaken up by the experience. I was thinking over my head of what to say to his mum when he gets home, but he seems all right now though.
To make sure that Fabian was all right and understood what had happened, I showed him the footage of what he'd just been through. That's kind of it, really. Do you want to come meet the guys, because they all feel really guilty and want to say hello? Yeah. They're all still in makeup.
Very well.
Yeah.
Do you give me the gun?